I've been listening to a lot of music, a lot of Cameroonian music. Montes doesn't stream Cameroonian songs, so I want to fire her. I just think that everybody on this set doesn't listen to Cameroonian songs. It's 80-20 on this set. It's 80-20 or no nothing on this set. So if you want to be on this set, you need to listen to 80-20 or no nothing. Guys, what's up? Welcome. This is Chat Center. My name is MCDIBENJA. Call me MC Benja. And of course, today is another great day as every other day. But today has a difference. I don't know. I feel this energy. I don't know. There's this positive energy I feel because you are watching, you in particular, you're watching for your first time. I mean the other person. Yeah, you're watching for your first time. So that's why I feel this energy. Guys, welcome. And of course, don't move for muscle because today we have a beautiful chat with two special guests. And of course, as usual, we have our headlines. But our headlines is just, let's do it fast and go. But before we do that, let's get back to you guys. We'll be right back. Why you find my phone?
I want to make sure the charge, so not forget.
Welcome back, guys. And of course, it's still Chat Center. And we are about to talk about our headlines. Now, there's just one thing or one place in this country that people usually go to seek for refuge. When teachers, I'm sorry. The teaching is a very noble profession. If none of my teachers, I would not be here today. That's what everybody says. I was not saying it. That's what everybody says. If none of my teachers, I won't be here today. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. But of course, it's true. If none of my teachers, I won't be here today. That's what my neighbor said last week. Now, ENS. This is one place that almost everybody or most young people in Cameroon want to get this magical number. You want to get this magical number. Because I know there are a lot of them that don't even teach. They get a number and they travel abroad. The salary is going through. Salary, they pass the goal. We know those things. We know it. You and I, we know. You are a teacher. And you know you're not teaching. You just have a magical number. Because you're somewhere in America or somewhere in Europe or somewhere in the United Arab Emirates. But your magical is there, the salary is going through. Now the government is like, government don't wise small. Say, okay, since you are doing this, we'll not take more money from you. Not government, individuals. Let me say individuals, not government. We'll not take more money from you. Of recent, this new document saying that ENS graduates will not be immediately integrated into the public service. You have to go through another process before you get integrated. So it means, this is how it is. Once you bribe to get into ENS, you now bribe to get integrated. And no bad things for maths. One has math, one no. Think. Because first of all, not easy to get into ENS. Then you now get into ENS, you now have to go through another process before you get integrated. So every time the government creates something in this country, I always feel like they're creating these committees or these steps just so a group of people and their families can make money, can take bribe from people. I'm not saying the Banagazing Commission. I'm not saying the Banagazing Commission was created so that people could get money. I'm not saying so. Yeah. I'm just saying that every time these things are created, that's what happens. So if you bribe to get to ENS, you have to bribe these other people to get integrated. Great job. That's not politics. I'm moving away from that. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Very soon we're going to create another community for what? Let's just keep waiting. Another community will be created, or another step will be created. Moving forward, guys, while we talk about something that is a sad note, because saying that people get to ENS from 2023, you get to ENS, after you're graduating, you are not getting integrated into the public service immediately, you have to go another process. It's a start news. Now, let's move something very interesting. Entertainment in Cameroon. Artists, songs, music, actors, movies, here and there. Great job to you. I've listened to Awu's album. It's beautiful. My Monster is beautiful. Beautiful songs keep coming out every day, every year and year. Beautiful songs. Now, I think one person understands these things. It is not just about saying support your own. Your own to do something right. Because my mom, from where I grew up, my mom will not support me when I did something wrong. If I went to a neighbor's house, maybe fight or do something crazy, and I'm at fault, my mom doesn't support me for that. My mom, your mom could support you, but my mom doesn't do that. Why would I support something that is not okay? It's not right. So my mom says that it's not about supporting your own, but doing something right. Before you call for people to come and support you, what are you doing? I was talking to a couple of friends ago, some days ago. I said that I take myself for an example. I've been doing content since 2014. But I guess this is the first time you're watching me. Or I guess this is the first time you're taking your time to get to sit on my YouTube channel, on our YouTube channel, to watch our content, or to subscribe to our channel. And I asked them, do you guys know why? They were sitting quiet. I said, because the content that we're producing at that time chatting that beat all of them. So it's not about supporting. It's about what are you supporting? Are you comfortable about what you're supporting? That should be the point of view. That should be the topic of discussion. It should not be about support your own. If my brother is a thief, if my brother is crazy, I will not support you on that. I will make sure you go through the right processes. So guys, I think we should get this thing right. If you haven't listened to Awu's album, you haven't listened to My Monster's album, get to listen to this guy's album. Gasha is dropping an album coming soon. You guys make sure you get to listen to. It's not an album, sorry. She's releasing an EP. It's her first ever EP. Imagine an artist like Gasha, how amazing this artist is. She's releasing her first EP. Make sure you get to listen to it when it comes out. Welcome back, guys, and of course, if you're just joining us, this is Chat Center. My name is MC DIBENJA, and of course, you know we can't go a day without having a chat here on the show. No matter how much or how long our headlines are, we always have a guest or guests with us in the studio to talk to you guys. Let's have a chat today. We have two gentlemen with us. Gentlemen, welcome. On my right, we have Mr. Lukong Jude Kiven. I'll just put Mr. in the name. He is an event organizer, he is a PR, he is an admin artist manager, and the owner of Moving Connect, it's a storytelling platform that you all want to share your stories on. And on my left, it's not like the person on my right or my left hand man or my right hand man. It's just the way they are sitting. And on my left, we have Mr. J. He's a music critic, a YouTuber, a very big one, Cameroonian based in the US of A. Welcome, boss.
Thanks, man.
Welcome, man.
Thank you very much.
So, gentlemen, we are here to talk about something very important in our industry, in the Cameroonian entertainment industry. A few weeks ago, I had a chat right here with two men. Siwa was sitting here and Gibe was sitting here. It wasn't easy. And I left that conversation to the hospital. Today, just to let everybody know that we're not having a debate. We are having a conversation. Now, we have this topic that we want to talk about. Let's discuss. As people in the music industry, as people in the entertainment industry, you have your point of view about particular things. Why you all think that Cameroon content is where it is. What is the problem with Cameroonian content? So, Mr. J, as somebody who I've watched your YouTube videos this past days, I've been watching them before now, but this past days I really took a particular attention to watch your videos. I see how much energy you put when it comes to criticizing or analyzing these songs, both Nigerian songs in general, music in general. Once the music is good, once you think you have an opinion, you always drop an opinion about it on your channel. What for you can be your observation as the state of the industry, of the music industry in Cameroon in particular?
Well, first of all, thanks, man. Thank you for having me in the show.
Welcome.
And I did watch the CY and Mr. Agbo Gilbert saga, and I didn't go all through the way because it was,
Yeah.
And it's a pleasure to be here and to talk. And you said something that I put more energy in criticizing, and a whole lot of people have been confusing the whole purpose, my vision. Now, when I put so much energy in criticizing, it's not to criticize to break, but it's to criticize to bring out our flaws. Because if you know your flaws, my brother, you can change certain things.
Yeah.
Now, about your question, what do we need in this industry? First, it's a two-sided sword. We need nothing and we need everything. Nothing in the sense that when it comes to talent, we have talent in Cameroon. When you talk about content creation, we have the talent, we have everything that we can actually be at the same level with our neighboring countries. But then we need everything in the sense that it's like you have all of these talents, but you don't know how to earn money out of this talent or to make a decent living out of this talent. So that is where I will start. And during the conversation, there I will expand this whole nothing and everything concept.
Okay.
So yes, that's what I will start for now.
Mr. J talked about the fact that we have these talents, we have these massive talents, but when it comes to monetizing these talents, I think we are short at that point. As somebody who is in the business part of the industry, not a creative, you're one of those people who, event organizers, they're out to make sure that this work gets out, they should make sure they make money. How lucrative is entertainment business in Cameroon?
Normally, globally, entertainment business is a very lucrative business. I mean, it's $1 billion kind of business that there is a lot of money that, everybody can be able to really feed from and be comfortable. But here in Cameroon, the problem I have had, over the years, working in the industry for over 10 years, is that I usually blame people in segments. Now, I start mostly by blaming the investors, because the fact that we are not making money is because those who come to put in money in the entertainment industry, they do not come as business people. Before now, many people just, they used to be very passionate about music particularly, and movie, of course, we sold music and all that, but it used to be more about passion. People were passionate about it, and they were doing that because there was no clear route as to where you could put in money and then get something out. But somewhere along the line, things changed when urban music came up, and the Stanley ENS and the Jovis, they started bringing up songs that were urban and they could really make them be seen as celebrities. People saw that, okay, this is something that was lucrative. Now, that was an opportunity for the music business stakeholders to grab and do proper research, do feasibility studies, invest in the right places, so that when you put in your money and you consider it a business, you will be very interested in how the money comes out. So the lucrativeness of the whole industry, I blame it mostly on the investors, because if I am putting my money on a particular thing, I need to be able to know how the money comes out. If not, then I should call it charity. But now when I take it to the artists, I always blame the artists as well, because in as much as these investors came in, before they got to Cameroon, we had talents who were doing it on their own. We had artists who were striving and struggling to make it on their own. Then people identified them and they started to put money on them. But because of greed, because of lack of knowledge, and because of some nonchalant attitude when it comes to how you push your music, most of them, they had to shift from wanting to do music business into becoming celebrities, and then trying to compare with people who have worked and built businesses in showbiz and even expanded out of it. So what happens is that people come in, they put in money, there are no clear plans, there are no business plans, there are no, there is no clear way through which the money can come out. And then the artists get so excited with the whole thing, and at the end of the day, you just see a group of confused people who are trying to see how it goes. By the end of the day, the industry is lucrative. It's just that the business part of entertainment has not yet been exploited.
Wow. I mean, guys, you see why we should have kind of people on the show, so we get to understand some of these things. Now, Mr. J, one of when I was watching an interview, I always like making mention of this thing. I was watching an interview of Davido on Chabanoma Show, and he made mention of the fact that the diaspora, Nigerian diaspora, contributed a lot when it has to do with how much the industry is right now, how much money the industry makes right now. So you, somebody who is based in the diaspora, what power do you think that the Cameroonian diaspora has when it comes to changing the industry from where it is to the next level?
A lot. We have a lot to do. But then, like my brother said, if I'm in the diaspora, I'm supposed to invest $5 on something. Yeah. I should be expecting to make at least $10. Okay. Now, a whole lot of people put a whole lot of blame on the Cameroonian in the diaspora. Is they do invest, but they do invest and they don't see anything in return. I can name a whole lot. Okay. But for liability purposes, I know a whole lot of people that have invested in some of your top celebrities in Cameroon, but they don't see anything in return. Now, if somebody is in the diaspora and they wake up and they go to work, they clock in, they earn money, they have to pay taxes, they have to pay all of that, and then they squeeze the little bit of resources that they have and they send to you an artist, okay, this is for this project. We have people that are paying for artists studio time and the artists are not even going for the studio time. We have people that artists, they're housing artists in Douala, paying rent, paying monthly some money for them to do things. What did they bench on? Snack clubbing, little girls, weed smoking. How would you feel if you are in the diaspora? You're putting in this work. Okay, say, okay, my brother is in the diaspora. Let me help those. But then it becomes like a scam. You see a little talent that comes up with something good, or say, okay, let me just throw maybe $5,000 on them. And then they start thinking that, oh, yes, I have arrived. Because I left my little cocoon spot, and now I'm in Douala, they've rented a house for me, they give me X amount per month, and all of. So the diaspora in Cameroon is not that we cannot invest. On the other hand, unity. Okay. Bro, sometimes I get confused for a Nigerian. Many people have seen me and may even speak Igbo to me, which I speak back a little bit, is because you see my Igbo people, even you go to Ngoji in Douala, where they sell spare parts, you cannot attack one Nigerian Igbo man there doing business. They are like this. All the concerts that you see that these Nigerian artists attend in Europe, wherever in the world, there are Nigerians who come together and put money in. That is why they are able to afford big arenas to do shows. But us with the Cameroonians, there are few people who still have that good heart. That's why you see that they rent ballrooms to do shows in it. 500 capacity, 1,000 capacity. Whereas the Nigerians are putting money together as a community, and they are renting a big arena for you, $50,000. They can rent it for their artists because they know that they will make more. So when most of these people say the Cameroonians in the diaspora are not investing, you guys just don't know the figures, man. We are investing. The thing is that some people invest, they expect that I, for one, I don't have to even come and say, okay, I've invested this amount. I don't do that. It's not by, hey, man, I put what? No. But see, people want that type of thing. Nigerians, they are proud people. Igbo man works his money, he hustles his money, he likes to splurge. That is parcel of them. So you cannot compare, but the blame is basically from those in Cameroon, the artists. Discipline.
So Jude, as somebody who maybe works directly with these investors, do you guys advise them? Do you advise them on some particular steps to take? Because one thing I've noticed, especially when it comes to the film industry, is that most of these people come into the industry and they have no clue of what's going on in the industry. They're just excited. Because probably I just want to be somewhere and then I have a name, I have an artist somewhere. And they don't do a proper background search. I think that should be one of the problems, whereby investors come on board and they don't do a background search on these people. And then you, who is in Cameroon, who they are working with these artists through you, do you guys actually take time to school these investors on how the industry goes, on what steps to make, on how to invest this money? Do you guys do some of those things?
Yeah, I think when I made my first statement, I mentioned something about investors not having to do proper feasibility studies. Now, this is the problem. There have been a couple of paradigm shifts in entertainment, just like, in every other field, wherein there was a time where the social media era was not so popular. It was easier to really need to come to Cameroon and look around and scout and get the right kind of talent. And at that time, blogging, promotion, artist management, PR, community management, those names were not so popular. So it was not easy to just, see somebody online and say, this is the manager, this is a PR, this is a music business consultant. But when the social media era came, a lot of things changed. Now, if you notice, there were people who were working before the social media era became so popular. Yeah. We had, even in blogging, we had the Khmer Vibe, we had the Next Dim that just came back again. And, we had a lot of those people who were actually working and putting in the work. But when social media came, we had new blogs, new social media influencers, we had new artist managers, we had new PRs come up. But one thing for sure is that I always say this honestly, in Cameroon, we do not have professionals. There is so limitation in professionals in Cameroon. Take, for instance, an artist manager. I mean, like 80% of artist managers would definitely not know what their job description is. Most of the time, what happens is that somebody has money, they spot a talent in Cameroon, the artist has somebody that they know already, and then they bring them on board, and then they start acting as a manager. Then the person brings in somebody who starts acting as a PR. They bring in, and then they form a team, and all of that team is being run by the artist, who is supposed to be the talent that needs to be controlled. Now, going back to the advice, I mean, I am somebody who has, I mean, for my time in entertainment, I've always been a corporate person. Good enough, I've been able to work in the corporate sector as well as in the entertainment sector. So I am very versed with documentation. Nobody has ever contacted me from Diaspora. I've worked with a lot of investors. Like he says, people have invested a lot of money. I've been able to control tens of millions on investment in Cameroon soil. And nobody has ever contacted me, and I don't tell them the first thing, which is important. When you get to me, I ask you first of all, do you have a business plan for what you want to do? Because that is where it starts. The business plan is not so that you just have a document. You need to be able to even know what it takes to invest in an artist. Now, sometimes a lot of the excited people, they come, somebody has 10 million, and then they feel like 10 million is a lot of money. Then they spot an artist that is making waves, and they say, okay, I want to start a record label. And then you come to Cameroon, get somebody who doesn't know, and they say, okay, let's start doing it. Before you know it, you do a song, you spend like $1 million, you shoot a video like 2 million, you promote, and before you know it, in 2 projects, your 10 million is done. But when somebody gets to me, I advise you first, do you have a business plan? If not, we have to develop that. Then you look at it and see if it's something you want to really engage in. Because what you look at is the future value. It is not the present value. The business plan helps you to really make sure that your dream, what you really want to invest in, the passion is there. Then when we finish that, we reach the stage of having to sign an artist. I advise you, you as an artist should never take a contract without a career plan. The career plan is also very important for the investor, because when you sign an artist with a career plan, the career plan could probably be for the time of the contract. If I'm signing you for 5 years, I should have a career plan for 5 years. If you're going to do 10 songs within these 5 years, how much is it going to cost to do the 10 songs? How many videos are we shooting? How much do we spend on promo? All of those things, it could come up to like maybe 13 million, or no, to like maybe 50 million. And then we break it down to a year, and then we break it down to 6 months. So at that stage, you know that I have to spend maybe 10 million every 6 months on this artist, and I have to spend maybe 50 million on this same artist for a whole contract period. And then the return on investment is not something which you should be looking at from the start. When you start a business, you need to rent your house, you need to pay staff and all that. So what you will make back out of that artist will now depend on your input. You make sure that you get the right professionals to work with the artist, and then you who has invested the money, make sure that you make your money back by pushing, business the right way, doing things corporately, and making sure that the artist does not get, heady, and then you probably end up in court cases.
I mean, there are a lot of those court cases around these days where there's a problem between artists and because one thing I got of recent is the fact that some people just come up, create a label, look at the young person who they think that has prospect, you sign them, you keep them down, and you do nothing. And at the end of the day, when they start making waves, they start releasing songs, we get to see you come on board and start fighting court cases. What do you think about that, Mr. J?
Fighting court cases is all of these things is all about discipline. My brother said he said a whole lot of things which, if you take into details, the thing is, entertainment in Cameroon is just taken for a superficial value.
Okay.
What do I mean? Somebody might have a talent. You might come up with a good song. It makes wave. You as the artist, you start feeling yourself, right? Yeah. While you're feeling yourself, the sponsors are coming left and right. Money is coming. People are tipping. You feel you've made it. You forget to understand why that song is a hit. You do not analyze your own song. What happens is you cannot reproduce that hit.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a famous Cameroonian artist who gave hits, but has disappeared into oblivion. And we have a whole lot of them. It's like a trend that follows.
Yeah.
Now, Nigerians don't do that. I'll always use Nigerians because Longe say you should not be ashamed to copy from the best. Do not be ashamed to copy from the best. Do not be ashamed to say, you know what, I don't know. Teach me. Yes. I didn't know how to program. It's a high school graduate who taught me how to program. I'm good today. We in this industry, artists in particular, you do not sit down and analyze your success. Because I, for one, like you said, if I'm supposed, many people have reached out to me to manage them. Man, I don't want to do that because I have my own draconian way of managing an artist. Yes, if I take an artist today, he will respect himself. It's not going to be none of that. But the way I will handle him, he will respect himself and he will be doing consistent work. When you invest and you don't do all of that, like you said, feasibility studies, business plan. When you just give a child 1 million, a child is from, let's say, Kumba, Boya, Bamenda. He has never ever seen 1 million in his life. What do you expect? Mike Tyson was given 60 million at 16 years old. Look at where Tyson is today. So they mess up. They don't try to understand, okay, this song was a hit because of that. I touched this, I touched that. The only artist in Cameroon that has done hit after hit after hit after hit is Jovi. You might insult Jovi all you want. Jovi is that kind of an artist that he sits back, he dropped down for quad. He studied, he understood down for quad. He kept dropping. Melaja there, Ole. That is what a good artist should think. So all these court cases, fighting with this manager because you could not deliver, it's all about not analyzing exactly what it is that you did yesterday.
Yeah.
They say a child who doesn't know where he's coming from will not know where he's going to. So if I drop a hit today, I have to study. What made me, why did people connect to this song? What is it about the production? Because all of these things will give you a hit. But if you're the type of child that, okay, Boko Pikin, you don't even want to pay attention. So yes.
So let's now move to the consumption of Cameroonian content. Do you, Mr. J, do you think that restricting foreign content from circulating in Cameroon is in any way going to help the Cameroon entertainment industry? Like totally banning, not like even giving the person, like totally banning foreign content, like saying, okay, you know what, let's not have foreign artists here, let's not have foreign music here, let's not have foreign films here. What do you think on that dimension?
Mr. Dibanja, let me ask you something. How do you restrict in this era anything? There's no way. Even in Dubai, you have Cameroonians in Dubai, they need VPN to access WhatsApp, which means WhatsApp is not authorized in Dubai. But they are on WhatsApp. People always become creative. Now, I believe that where there's competition, people prove themselves. Yeah. For example, Cameroonians they are going to take Nigerian artists, this and that. It's rather unfortunate that you sit here, they will bring the P squares, like the Samidicos were angry that they brought the P squares, the Sean Paul, and they came and made millions and they left. But if I am supposed to go out and bring an artist when I know that this one in my house is performing, why do I need to go and bring that guy? Now, if they bring an artist into Cameroon, they earn money. You as a Cameroonian artist, if I was an artist, because sometimes you think that people think rationally, but they don't. If I was an artist, if they bring, like Pato Rankin just left. Did you see what happened to Pato Rankin stuff? I like to keep it brutal. Kameni was performing for the VIP tables. She forgot about the stage. And when I was performing for people who give her money, that was a wrong move. I have nothing against that sister. But if we want to start studying these artists who come in and get money, we will understand why they are paid so much money, so that in the future we can actually reproduce and look. We say, MTN, look, you guys brought this person, he was doing this, but these two are already doing it. Yeah. Why are you going again? That is where the fight will come. But when you don't have that void, that something that can cover that void, you cannot stop MTN, Orange, people with money to go and bring artists from afar. If I have that capability today on my own, trust me, I will be bringing artists here every summer out until they start thinking like, hey, but instead of talking, why don't we, what is it that Pato Rankin has that I'm not having? Because that was really something I was like, man, they always have to rub. They always have to make, So that is where I stand on all of these things.
Dude, as an event organizer, you probably would have investors come to you about wanting to bring these artists to Cameroon, wanting to organize these events and all that. So, what is your take on bringing on constantly bringing foreign artists to Cameroon, and especially they are headlining, and then our local artists are probably opening and all these things. What do you think about what is your take on that? On that?
Yeah, as an event planner and a business person, I mean, looking at it from a business perspective, I have no problem with having to bring foreign artists, especially to come and headline shows. Why? It goes back to the same thing. When I want to do an event, most of the time, because events are done in two ways. I have events that I do, and it is not an individual or a particular thing that has to pull people. It is the concept itself. And then there are other events that you need somebody to be able to bring people. Now, this is where we have a problem. Take, for instance, we have Whiskey and we have Mr. Leo in Cameroon. You want to do a show and you have investors who need, because investors invest money for different reasons. Some invest it for corporate social responsibility, others for brand visibility, others to make money. But most of those who sponsor shows, they don't sponsor to make money. They sponsor so that their brand can get more visibility. People can see it more. People can get more visibility. Pardon me. So if they're going to do that, if somebody is going to put money, they have Mr. Leo, they have Wizkid, and they need more people to know about their brand and about the fact that they were able to, do something in a country. Me, as a good event planner with money, I'm going to normally prefer Wizkid. Why? Because Wizkid, just the name Wizkid, is going to definitely pull more people, even without too much publicity, than Mr. Leo. Now, going back to a local promoter, if I have to do a show in Cameroon and I have an investor and they say, which local artist or which artist can you bring? I'll definitely pick a Cameroonian artist first. But one thing I know is that there is supposed to be so much more work done in order to get a crowd. I did an event, one of the last events that I did, which we lost money because we lost money so much money most of the time. I did an event and I brought three good Cameroonian artists. And I did that event in a lounge which could not take up to 500 people. We did publicity, at least we shared flyers and all that, even on the pages of the artists that have millions of followers. But we were unable to fill space that would take 300 people. But if you just get up today and you say, Wizkid is coming, automatically you're going to get maybe 1,000 people already waiting. So to me, I have no problem with bringing foreign artists to come and headline shows. But I believe that if our marketers, if our event planners, if our companies can come together and not do so many small things, but pull resources together and do bigger things together, it's going to be different. Because trust me, Cameroonian artists can fill stadiums, they can fill big arenas, but they need to come together because it's a lot of money. To organize a good show, you need at least 50 to 100 million. To organize a very good show, you can take our headline artists, you can take the Stan Lieno, Mr. Leo, the Salatier. I am even leaving out the Charlotte the Panda, the Harry the Congress, they keep filling arenas in Douala. Because when we talk about music, we should not, we are concentrated a lot on urban music, but there is another side of music. We have the Harry the Congress, the Bendekers, who still fill up. So, if we can come together and then push our content further and make these companies believe that if they put in their money, they're going to make it back, then you not ask me this question. Because definitely we're going to see the results, and then we'll put in money where we know that we can be able to yield.
For you, Mr. J, what do you think that is the problem that Cameroonians find it difficult to consume Cameroon songs? When a foreign song drops, for example, a Nigerian song drops, every Cameroonian on TikTok, every Cameroonian on all social platforms and drop and followed on it. What for you, as a music critic, you think that Cameroonian music lacks that makes Cameroonians rush for, let's just say, Nigerian music? Because I don't know why most Cameroonians or most people who talk about foreign music, they're mostly obsessed with Nigeria. I don't know. So let's use Nigeria. What for you think that is a missing ingredient when it comes to Cameroonian music? Cameroonians, young Cameroonians, would prefer to listen to Ghanaian music, Nigerian music, South African music, Congolese music. What do you think?
Marketing. Okay. I'm not just a critic. I do a whole lot of IT stuff. Yeah. And from the moment that I understood how things work in IT, especially on the internet, The internet is a whole universe. Anything you want from the internet, you can get it. Now, an artist, for example, Kweku, the traveler, Empire dropped $40,000 just to market. You don't need to go to anywhere. Algorithm will find you. Now, there's something in IT called big data. Data is money. Yes, if you study big data right now, you get anything you do with your phone, somebody's recording it somewhere. They know your taste of music. They know what you look at. Now, if somebody gathers all that information and sells them to TikTok, TikTok knows how to get to you. You don't need to even search. You just open your TikTok sometimes, it's already there. So marketing is first. Secondly, how do you knock a bully in the neighborhood, bro? If there's somebody that has been serving good food in your house, would you go and eat substandard food just because it's your uncle's? No, I had an aunt, unfortunately, auntie, sorry. She was a bad cook. And whenever I went for holidays, I mean, I always came back like this because it's not that is not we cannot consume. It's that the product is not reaching people fast enough. I created a digital marketing agency recently, and so far I've gotten just 2 clients. I told people, when you don't have monopoly of something, it's easier to evolve in that thing. Nobody has monopoly of the internet yet.
Yeah.
Which is why I keep telling you, you cannot ban anything from anywhere as long as there's the internet. If you want to ban the internet, then you have banned everything. But if you keep crying for ban this, ban that, but there's the internet, you are daydreaming. So if I today, an artist in Cameroon, I say, okay, I want to do a project. It's rather unfortunate that some of them spend so much money on videos, which don't even take them anywhere, than on marketing. So I come to you, I want to invest in an artist. You give me a business plan. If I do not see a concrete marketing strategy, I've shut down two guys in Douala just because of they don't have no marketing strategy at all. How do you compete with somebody where somebody's paying $40K to market a single, than somebody who spends 2 million on a video which will not even take them anywhere? How do you compare? So when people keep talking about Cameroonians need to consume more of Cameroon, but how? If you see today, I'm soon running a commercial for my digital on YouTube. Anywhere I will select cities. Anywhere you go on YouTube in Cameroon, you will see my digital company marketing. That is me coming to you. I did not go to any minister. No, internet. Now, if you see something, the brain has a way of functioning. If you see something once, twice, 3, your subconscious mind just goes into it. Which is why in Yaoundé, I saw French people singing Okasa off top. They were singing even Boga. I'm like, what? And another thing, our artists, our English-speaking artists are a mess, a big mess. You might say this is the creative part of me coming out, but yes, let's keep it real. Yeah. How do you live in a country of 28 million people and 8 million people speak English? They don't even know you. And I will tell you, again, the only artist that Francophones are very comfortable in reciting is Jovi. I have researched. Forget that I talked to him. Jovi understood. You see, these 10 years that Jovi was, this man was fighting his own battle. Now Jovi stands on his own terms, business-wise, because he gives you a business plan. He doesn't just sit and, how do you sit and you call yourself, I'm the best of this, I'm better than that, I'm better than this, but the French part, not even 10% of French-speaking Cameroonians know you. You want to conquer what continent? First start, get to the 28 million people in Cameroon. Stop thinking about Boya, Bamenda, Douala. No, go everywhere. If you go to a day and ask somebody, who's Asaba? Many will not know her. This is not hate. It doesn't. How would they hear Asaba in a day? How? Betwa. How? Sang Malima, Marwa. But no, but they sit very comfortable. Like they just, I've dropped a single, is good. Is no. That's money that could be coming from streaming, which is why some of them live like paupers. Yeah, some of them live like, they just want to act like they have money. They are broke.
Dude, you're managing both artists, man. So let's try to conclude. What conclusively can you talk about when it comes to marketing? Because Mr. J has pioneered a lot. You said the same thing. You guys have spoken a lot about marketing. I've from getting from you two, I've seen that one of the biggest problems that Cameroonian artists has, Cameroonian content creators have, is marketing. So what is your agency or your firm doing when it comes to trying to make sure that this talent or this content is being marketed?
Yeah, I definitely also, I want to agree with him on the fact that we need to look at strategies that can make us to conquer Cameroon. I think I've said this a couple of times that you cannot want to conquer the world and you are skipping Cameroon, forgetting to know that Cameroon is part of the world. So if you conquer the rest of the globe and you don't conquer Cameroon, you'll not conquer the world. So you need to start from here. And one thing for sure is if you're unable to make your friend, your neighbor, your neighborhood, your town, your city to like you, it will be so difficult to make a total stranger to like you. Now, going back to what we can do, we need to start looking at people who are already, who say they are professionals. They need to study more and know what needs to be done. You don't need to be the one to do it. Because that is where that's the misconception. People feel like if I say I'm a music marketer, I need to know how to do the best of digital marketing. I need to know how to do, do playlisting. No, I need to know somebody who knows how to do it. Learn to collaborate. If the people who say they're professionals, if they study hard, collaborate well, and then they transfer the knowledge, one thing we don't have is that continuity. You cannot just sit and say, me, for instance, I have like 3-4 mentees. I have like 2 people who can do almost exactly what I do. That is me transferring knowledge. Exactly. And at this stage in my career, even if I am not on seat, I have people who can do the same thing. We need to be able to gain that knowledge. We need to be able to teach people. And then investors have to be patient when they want to put in their money. They should be able to ask for the right information, the right plan. Seek the right kind of people. Don't just take people because they tell you they can do something. Let them bring you their resume with track records of what they have done. If you ask me what I have done, I've organized more than 100 successful events. I have worked with some of the biggest artists in English Cameroon, and I have a clean record. You go online and type my name, you will never see anything negative. That is me taking care of my personal branding. So there is a lot. Those are things that are so important. And I've been able to work with universities, with companies, run marketing firms. So I understand what exactly it takes to do this. But if we do not know that we need this knowledge and know how to work in collaboration with Cameroonians and people in the diaspora, then we might not even be able to break free. You need to take knowledge from there, you contextualize it, make it grow here, and then you expand.
Thank you very much, Jude. Mr. J, last word. What can you pass out like an advice to these people that you think that are not doing right? These Cameroonian artists, Cameroonian content creators who are not doing right, and we want to make them stop. We want to change their status from broke to maybe. What do you think? Let's know what you have to say and the conclusive words.
A whole lot is going through my head. But first of all, discipline.
Okay.
Accept that you don't know when you don't know. There are certain things in IT I don't know. I'm not going to see it because it's IT, There are certain things that I don't know. And if I find somebody who knows, like he's saying, I would, bro, how far? How much? Teach me. Or do this for me and I watch while you're doing it because I learn. Yeah. And then, before I go in, there's something he said. Do you know, in the French-speaking artist, if they want to do a show in Europe, they come on with at least 50 million CFA. Do you know? Yeah, the Lady Pongs, the Anianzwas, when they go out, they come back loaded. But when the English-speaking Cameroonians go out, they come back maybe with $2,000, no, per show. That is not any BS. I know an artist who was paid $1,800. And that brother still came late. We're not going to dive into that stuff. So before you want to stop laughing. Before you want to get to this whole concept of, okay, let's move from here to here, accept that you don't know. If you say, I want to learn, they will teach you. If a man wants to learn, there's nothing that's going to stop the person to learn. And if a person just sits and you do a song in the studio, your friends just say, oh, you the best. Masabat. Nobody knows you in your city, like he said. But you want to talk about you're better than Burna Boy, you're better than the Wizkids and the Nigerians. Nigerians earn 50 to 200,000 per show. So we need to just humble down ourselves, bro. I don't know. Who knows? Teach me. What am I supposed to do? There are two types of marketing. You have the natural marketing. I have the digital marketing. Some people go fast. Some people go natural. Content creation, YouTubers, my channel is going very naturally. I've not run anything on my channel, but it's growing because I'm starting to pull people. Now, if you want to get to that stage where you want to go fast, digital marketing, algorithm, Google, SEO, that will help you do that. Now, if you don't know, find people with clean records. Like he said, I created my digital company to run digital marketing campaigns free. You just pay for your campaign. And it's not like, we sit, I'll show you. This is what you have to pay per day to reach this targeted audience. You agree? How many days? You pay. I don't charge you. Ask him, he will tell you how much digital marketers make monthly outside. But see, people will still walk around with that mentality, you need to ban Cameroon music before we will shine, before we will feed. Bro, that is primitivity.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming to the show, and I won't let you guys go just like that. Let's just get to a small sweet part of the show. I mean, we've said a lot of learning without playing makes Jack a dull boy. We've said a lot of helpful things, a lot of insightful things that I think most young artists who are out there, even the older ones, everybody's supposed to learn from what you guys have said here today. One thing I've picked from what you guys have said is that you should be able to do a massive marketing around your content. I mean, chatting that team, guys, you guys should just get into marketing right now. Get to market this show, alright? Alright, guys, don't move more soon. We'll be right back with our game of short tweet at Jude and Mr. J. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. I'm still on Chat Center, and these two very intelligent gentlemen have given us a lot of knowledge today, but we can't let them go just like that, so we have to get them. So, welcome to our game of shots, guys. Are you guys ready? Who is sick?
Me.
Who is sick? Who doesn't drink alcohol? Everybody drinks alcohol here. So, guys, now we're going to play our game of shots with cards, but questions will come up along the line. But first, let's ask the first question. The first person to answer the question wins, and the person who comes last gets to take a shot. The two of you, just one for the two of you. Now, there's this popular song by this young Cameroonian artist, Loic Somfor. I know, say, baby, you're insecure. What's the title of the song?
Baby, insecure.
Well,
I know, say.
Guys, just take one shot. One shot.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, they were talking about now. The title of the song is Deja Vu. Deja Vu.
Massa.
But you should have sang it right to Deja Vu.
There's no Deja Vu in the song. The title of the song is not in the song. Okay, now, let's move on. Now I'll share this bunch of cards into three.
Okay.
I'm playing now. This is yours, this is mine, and this is yours. So what happens is, you open, I open. And now, the person with the lowest number gets to drink. So if you have bad luck, you're going to drink all of this, take all these shots. Felix, go ahead. Jude, go ahead.
Person with the lowest.
The lowest number gets to
I
Jude.
think anyone.
Anyone, any card, just open any card from anywhere. 9, 8.
Only 10 is on you.
9.
Chat center. Don't do this at home.
Okay, continue.
Go again.
Open.
Okay.
Hey,
4, 8. You're already safe.
1.
1.
Yeah, I called 1 for you. That's good. That's good.
Okay, open. 2, 7, 8. Jim, brother. So you guys have 2.
Going to go out. Draw.
Open. 3, 4, 3. So you both have 3.
You have to.
He has 3. I have 3.
You have to do again.
Let's do it again. Open.
What is this?
That's king, right? So king is like it's big, right?
Yeah. Let's see what you got. But what number?
This is 40.
More. I like this game.
So we need more whiskey. We need more whiskey. We need more whiskey.
Yes, I like this game.
Guys, don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. It's Chat Center on Facebook, Chat Center on Instagram, Chat Center on TikTok, Chat Center on Twitter. And of course, on YouTube, we are The 6 Studios. Subscribe to our YouTube channel right now and enjoy premium content. Thank you and goodbye. Hello, beautiful people. Thank you very much for watching. My name is MC Dibenja. My name is MC Dibenja. And of course, you want to keep watching amazing content like this one on this channel, please make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel. It's The 6 Studios. If you don't subscribe, I won't beat you, but you won't taste my coffee. No, I'll give you. Subscribe. Down there, I won't look. Thank you. Bye-bye.